Hey Kelly, how you doing? Well, guess notifications didn't go out. You know YouTube be on that bull hockey, but it's all good. Let me share the video. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Hey y'all, coming on in the room. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey China White, what's up, KK? What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. All right, let's talk about it. I don't know if the notifications went out or not, went out late or whatever. Hey, Caramel Kisses. China White, KK, Alikala, how you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? How are y'all doing today? So, first of all, let me say this before I forget. Abby, can you do me a favor and drop Scotty's link, Scotty by Nature's channel? So I have been invited to participate on Scotty by Nature's panel. I don't know if you guys go watch his panel on a regular basis, but he has a panel every Monday night. I think it's called the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and it is full of, it is a star-studded cast, honey. Yocrates is on there, Scotty by Nature, Giving You the Real Tea, Bondi Blue, Alexander Rogers. I don't want to miss anybody, but I know it's a few other people, but those are the people that are popping in my head. And so he asked me to come on today. So that's why I'm here a little early, so I could get my live done and take care of some other stuff, because we're going to be talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Bell Collective, I believe. What up, DC? Don't put no pressure on me. Hey, Nico, how you doing? DC, don't put no pressure on me, child. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. Okay, I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. So yeah, I did not forget about the book club, so I'm just gonna move that back. And I still need to upload the video of the first 3 chapters. So I didn't forget about it. I just didn't do it. I didn't forget. It just didn't get done. So we're gonna push that back probably to tomorrow, either tomorrow or Wednesday. And then Thursday, don't forget, myself, Yocrates, and Lil Baby, we do our panel on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And then Friday, I'm going to be doing a special panel to discuss Drag Race up until this point. So we'll be talking about the whole season up until where we are with Drag Race. Abby has agreed to join me. Dominion and Epic Onyx, they have a YouTube show, a YouTube channel. They've been on here before to talk Drag Race. James Caldwell, aka Spilly Boy TV, has been invited as well. He has not confirmed yet, but he is definitely invited. So that's some stuff. We got a full week, y'all. We got a full week. Not End the Tribe, though. DC told us on End the Tribe. So I believe the panel starts 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time is what I believe are the times. So Abby dropped the link for me. So if y'all are not already subscribed to Scotty, y'all go ahead and go over there and make sure y'all catch me at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central Standard. All right. With that being said, Hunty, we had a couple of things that went down. Now we're gonna go. I was gonna do a separate video on Megan, and Harry, but I figured y'all would want to have the conversation. So I was like, ain't no need me uploading the video when I know I'm gonna have to talk about it. So let's talk about it. And then if we have time, maybe we could talk a little bit about the season premiere of Married to Medicine. I really haven't been paying attention to a lot of celebrity news the last couple of days. It's been a lot going on the last couple of days. So if anything has happened, I'm probably not up on it, so I can't really get into it right now. Same thing politically. Other than the bills and stuff passing that we talked about on Saturday, if anything happened, I'm probably not up on it. So, with that being said, well, thank you, Xavier. Yeah, honey, we got a full week. No problem, It's Me D. I really appreciated you coming on. I really did. And It's Me D, that's what I knew it was something I had on Wednesday. It's Me D has invited me to participate on his channel on Wednesday. So we'll be over on his channel Wednesday. We're going to be doing a live reaction to the new Masked Singer review. You know, they're the new season. So I'm gonna be over. I knew it was something. See my brain. I knew I had something to do on Wednesday. So it is a full week, y'all. It is a full week. So yes, Wednesday, definitely check me out on It's Me D's channel. And we're going to be looking at the reveals, honey, of the new season of The Masked Singer. I didn't get into The Masked Dancer. I said I was going to watch it. I didn't even do that. I just never got into it. I think I missed like the first 2 episodes and I was just kind of like, So the only royal I care about is me, a child of the one true king. I'm dropping like I see you on the panel. All right, DC, I respect that. I understand. So first of all, let's talk about the Megan. I know people been talking about it all day. So if y'all are on Megan and Harry overload, I understand that. But let's go on and talk about it, child. Let's get into it. So let me say this. Black Twitter is hilarious. Jazz, honey, listen. Black Twitter been cutting up all day. And Piers Morgan, y'all, if Twitter ain't been letting him have it, but his simple ass, it was good. Gabby Douglas was the cotton candy. Oh, Gabby Douglas was on there? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to go. I'm trying to find her on YouTube and just see when her clips, you know, when she was up there. So he is Alikala. Oh my gosh, he is. So let's start at the beginning and work our way back. Can we be superficial first and then get to the serious? Let's be a little superficial first. Okay. So superficially, out of those 3 people, why Harry looked the best out of the 3 of them? Megan, I think they tried too hard to make her look plain. I think they were worried about maybe her being criticized if she looked too glamour and too done up. And so her makeup, I mean, it seemed like she had minimal makeup on, if any. It really didn't look like she had any makeup. And I mean, she just looked very blah to me. Y'all, am I the only one that feels that way? Like even her hair, like girl, what was the bun in the back with the little tendrils? Like what? I was like, what? And I feel like I said, I feel like they went a little bit too far in trying to make her look normal. Like her nails weren't even done. Girl, if you don't go put some polish on them nails. Now she had them cute little shoes. You know, she had that little heel hunty. Even her maternity dress, I was like, what the fuck? And Oprah, I liked Oprah's glasses. Now that Oprah is wearing her glasses on a regular basis, she wears some cute frames. Does Oprah have her own line? Does she have her? I'm not even being funny because I really am not. Does Oprah have her own line of spectacles, of frames? Because she been wearing some cute frames these last couple of years, okay? But Oprah, you got about 3 bundles too many in your hair. Did y'all see all that hair Oprah had? Girl, who put all them bundles in your hair? Who did that to you, Oprah? She had on a face full of makeup. It ain't look like she had on no makeup to me, Abby. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see no makeup. And I felt like that was meant for me. Everybody don't want us to be seen from Mars. I felt like that was directly right here at me. I felt like it was right here. I feel judged right now in this moment. Felt like right here. Child, I don't know. No, I don't feel like Oprah always been the bundle queen. I just feel like that was a lie. I mean, I liked the curly. I liked the look. I just feel like it was a lie. Whatever, Abby. Whatever. Anyway. So that's just me being real superficial, child. And even Oprah's outfit, like the outfit itself looked cute too. I got to the shoes. Girl, who put them boots on her? Did y'all see them boots Oprah had on? Who put them boots on her? Anyway, that's just me being superficial, y'all. Let's get to the real thing. Oprah said, y'all gonna stop lying on her and all that hair. Listen, I remember when Oprah let them feel her roots to see that she didn't have one any tracks. And my thing is this, I've always felt like that was Oprah's hair, or at least most of it. But last night, that wasn't all her hair. She had bundles. She had like Wendy Acefo bundles. Tamra bundles. She had bundles. Okay. Right, Vovo. I was like, girl. So anyway, that's just me being superficial. Let's jump into it. So we started the interview off. We have Megan talking to Oprah. And they made it clear from the beginning, listen, you're not getting paid for this interview. Nor did you come to me. I came to you. So they had to clear that up from the beginning. Boom. We also found out at the end of the interview that certain things had been decided before the interview was even done. So what we found out this weekend was not in retaliation to the interview, but they already had made up those decisions. And I'll get to that. Megan's dress was an ode to Wallace Simpson. Now she looked like the Carolee. Like, y'all are mean. Oh, Lord. Okay. Right. Well, I don't know about no kitten heels, but I feel like she could have worn the same pumps that Megan had on. My thing was, even if she didn't want to walk in them, girl, sit down, take them boots off, put the pumps on. We ain't gonna never know. Y'all ain't stand up. So you could have had them pumps on the whole time. I don't know. But Oprah is also at the age where she don't give a damn, and she got enough money that she don't have to care. So, what up, Star? Hey, what's up? Now, Megan, I'm going to say this. I believe 90 to 95%, I believe 98% of what Megan said. I do think a couple of things. I don't know, Megan. I am giving you the side eye on. The first thing I had to give Megan the side eye on was when she said that she had never looked her husband up. Listen, the garbage man can ask me out on a date and I'm Googling him. Let's be clear. Okay. You're not going to sit here and tell me that the Prince of freaking England asked you on a date and you ain't Google him. I'm sorry. I just don't believe that, Megan. I don't believe it. I do not believe you never Googled your husband. Like I said, I'm going to Google the man next door. First name, last name, please. Okay? That's just me. Because I didn't believe it. And I felt like, okay, Megan, we at the beginning of this interview. Now, if you want me to walk this walk with you, I need you to start here. I need us to start here. And I don't feel like we starting here, Megan, because I don't believe you. Now, the one thing that she said rang true was in her mind, she thought she equated the royal family to just meeting famous people. Because she was like, listen, I was in Hollywood. I've met famous people all the time. So I wasn't necessarily nervous or I didn't think it had to be handled a certain way because I'm like, I'm used to meeting famous people. It is what it is. Even here in America, you can meet the president. And yes, there's certain pomp and circumstance to meeting the president, but it's still not the same as the Queen of England. Hold on. I don't believe Meghan when she started off saying she didn't know much about the royal family. Well, to a certain degree, I again, when she clarified that and compared it to Hollywood, and let's be clear. I think most average person's knowledge of the royal family is limited to what we have seen in the news. If you are of my age, you know about Diana. Like, I remember watching the royal wedding. I was a kid, but I remember watching it on TV. I remember it being a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And it was even more of a big deal then than it was when she did it or when his brother did it, because, you know, we did have the 24-hour news cycle, whereas back then, we didn't have that. So, like, the royal wedding came on at like 7 a.m, and you had to catch it at 7 a.m, or you wasn't gonna catch it. You know. Hold on, I saw somebody say something. I wanted to read it. Hold on. Margie said that's exactly why she comes off as fake, because she stated she didn't know who he was. Well, and you know, Oprah was giving her the side eye in the beginning too. Oprah was like, girl. So that threw me in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, that threw me. I do think she walked into what she thought her life was going to be in a very naive way. I think she downplayed it because she knew she would never be queen. I think she downplayed it because she knew that the first line of defense was always going to be William and what's his wife's name? That girl. Kate. She knew that it would always be on Kate and William first before it would come to her and Harry. So I do think there was a level of naivete. I say the word right, naivete. I do think there was a level of that, but didn't she study international relations or something? But there's a difference between international relations. Oh, you're talking about as far as knowing the royal family. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I thought my brain went somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you didn't have to downplay that to prove your point. You could have been like, yes, I knew who he was, and I thought I understood what was going to be asked of me. But when I got there, it was a whole new world. Like, that to me, I'm still here for. But I do think that there's a level of not understanding that we as Americans just have. We don't understand how serious it is with the royal family, tradition, pomp and circumstance, all that is expected of you, everything, everywhere, all you do. We also don't understand how brutal the tabloids are in Great Britain. We think the press is bad here in America. No, ma'am. We ain't got shit Okay, my bad. It is 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. Scotty just sent me a clarification. So it'll be 8 o'clock, y'all, not 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Central. Okay. And so I do think we as Americans, we really don't understand, like, the royal family is a whole new world. Like, it really, really is. And I think that's what Harry kept saying. The one thing that irritates me about Oprah's interview style is she comes off when she's interviewing people like she don't believe them. And like, because she was like, well, what do you mean by trapped? What do you mean by trapped? Hey, universal love. And I'm like, girl, you know what the hell he mean by trapped. You know what he mean by trapped, Oprah. You can know of something in theory and have no practical knowledge of how something works. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think she definitely knew who the royal family was. And I think she thought like the example she gave of the curtsy. Well, I knew I would have to curtsy to the queen in public, but we were going to be in private. I didn't think that was something that happened privately. I thought that was only something that was done for the public to see for respect. I thought behind closed doors, it was, hey, mama. And Harry had to tell her, girl, no, she always the queen. She the queen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And she the queen from sun up to sundown. Like, no, just because we're going to be behind closed doors, you still got to get your ass down and curtsy, ma'am. The deeper, the better. So something like that, when she used that as an example, I was like, okay, I kind of see that. See, Margie, I just don't think that. I hear you, but I really don't think that she came in there with the intention to upstage anybody. I really don't. Right, Alikala, yeah. I know that's what she's doing, but I'm saying I just need her to find another way of doing it because it irritates me. It has irritated me going back to the Oprah Winfrey show because I'd be like, girl, you better stop. Like, you know what to do. Find another way of asking. Like, that's what a good interviewer does. You find another way of asking the same question if you didn't get the answer you wanted. The crown is eternal. It's a clinical style of interview, probing them to lead you in. I don't like it. I agree. She probably did not know the details, but she was not specific. Oprah, no words mean things, and people need to say what they mean and mean what they say. All right. Y'all beating up on me. I still don't like it. I'm from a country with a royal family. These days, it's really all ceremonial, and they live off taxpayers' money. What I, as a taxpayer, don't want for them to moan and cry. It's to moan and cry. But that's the thing. She didn't grow up in that system. She didn't even grow up in Great Britain to understand the level of it. We as Americans, okay, so you're from another country. We as Americans grow up seeing the president. And the president, he's respected, but ain't nobody bowing and curtsying to the president. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's doing all of that to the president. You know, you in the same room with a president, of course you're going to be respectful, even if you don't agree with his or her politics. But ain't nobody bowing. Ain't nobody curtsying. You know, the whole family don't live in the White House. His extended family don't live in the White House. You know, like, it ain't that situation. Like, it's okay for his children to live in a separate residence, and it's not a problem. There isn't like a whole expectation for the extended family as it is with the royal family. There's no like, Joe Biden's children are under no obligation to do anything as it relates to him being president. Nothing. They don't have to show up to no dinner. They don't have to show up to no events. They ain't even have to come to the inauguration if they didn't want to. I mean, of course, most of them, they have a good relationship and they did, but they don't need to do all that shit. It's not even expected. Outside of something like the inauguration, if we never see Joe Biden's family again, nobody will even notice because it's not expected. You know what I'm saying? Only time is when they have young children, and even then, it's not so much expected as it is just, Well, where's Sasha and Malia? Because we know that they're still minors, and it's the Christmas concert at the White House. Are Sasha and Malia going to be there? No, they had it. You know, they're hanging out with friends. Okay, because they're teenagers, and that's what teenagers do. So I understand what you're saying, Margie, but I think there has to be an understanding that here in America, it's just not that same level. And I'm not saying that everything Megan said that she's all right and the royal family's all wrong. I let me get through the rest of my notes. But I understood what she was saying to say, listen, I knew that there were certain things that would be expected of me, but I didn't understand the level of scrutiny that was going to come with it. Hey, P, what's up, boo? You have no idea the toll being mocked and talked about in the papers every day. Right. I can understand that, but one thing, Margie, I can understand, but one thing to moan about your problems, but when you literally have family members are spreading lies about your wife and blaming you for things that never happened, they're not a tradition here either, but the fact that Megan came to, I don't feel like Megan came on to complain. See, I didn't take, it's okay. Let me get back to my notes. I just didn't take it as her coming on to complain. I took it as her coming on to explain. I didn't take it as her complaining, because let's be clear. She was very clear and careful. And I think that's why some of her cadence was off. I think that's why she came off sometimes as being evasive, because she was. Because I think her and her husband agreed that they said nothing was off limits. And they answered there was only one question that they did not answer. But every other question they answered, and if there was a question, they would skirt around it. And I think they were very careful that they didn't want to indict specific people. But their experiences, to me, rang true. Now, they didn't want to talk about who said it. And I had my theories about who said it. Now, let me get back to my notes. Okay, I wrote that meeting famous people different than the royals. I found it interesting that they were married 3 days before the actual ceremony, because they said they understood that they had to go through the pomp and circumstance, but that was for the country. They wanted a ceremony that was just them. And so it was just the two of them and the Duke of Canterbury performing the ceremony. So technically they was already married before the wedding. And I know a lot of people do that when they have these huge, like famous people that have these huge elaborate weddings. I've seen that, I've heard of that before, but I thought that was interesting. That was something I didn't know. All right, let's get into some of these tabloids and some of the stories that was said and wasn't said. All right. This Kate Middleton situation. This Kate Middleton situation. All right. Now, she said she ain't make Kate cry. She said it was the other way around. Kate made her cry. And Kate came back and apologized with a gift. And as far as she was concerned, it was over. And then 6 months later, the story was leaked to the press. And not only was the story leaked to the press, but they switched up on her and said she was the one that made Kate cry. Do y'all believe that? What y'all believe? Hey, Gigi Jones. What y'all believe? They raked Megan over the coals during the first pregnancy, and now the second one with the BS bullying. Well, remember, she had a miscarriage in between. She had a miscarriage in between the first and second pregnancy. Sure did. Mm-hmm. I think the story is true. I think there was a rift about what the child should and shouldn't be wearing, because they said it was over the flower girls' dresses. And remember, Kate Middleton's daughter was one of the flower girls. I think it was true. Shit. But I believe what Megan said, that Kate came back and apologized. And as far as she was concerned, it was over. I do believe that. I believe that. Because let's be clear. Let's take the royal family out of it. Let's just take all of this bullshit out of it. Weddings do that to everybody. People always, weddings, especially when it comes down to what a bride wants. Now, we always want to call brides bridezillas. But we've seen it happen. I'm sure y'all can give me examples of stuff in your own family where your auntie, whose son is going to be the ring bearer, giving everybody a hard time about his tuxedo. I don't want him to wear that kind of tuxedo. I want him to wear that kind of tuxedo. I don't want to buy those kind of shoes because he don't like them kind of shoes. I want to buy these kind of shoes because these kind of shoes are better. Like, we see that happen all the time. So I can absolutely believe that there was an argument over the damn flower girl dresses. I can believe that. And because she was an emotional bride, I could see her getting upset enough to cry. I'm just saying. The press may have been extra, but you have to understand that no other person was vilified by their own family ever upon marrying into the royal family. Of course, they're going to report the drama. What? I don't understand that. No other person was vilified by their own family. Huh? I'm confused. I don't understand what she's saying. I'm not understand. I don't understand what you're saying, Margie. As a royal family watcher since the 80s, these people are savage. They are absolutely savage. Listen, let me say this. Let me say this, y'all. Why are we sitting here acting like in our lifetime we didn't see this exact same thing play out with Princess Diana? Why are we acting like this shit is new? I saw a meme yesterday online that said Prince Harry is being the husband to Meghan that Prince Philip should have been, not Philip. What's the daddy's name? Should have been the Princess Diana. And I said, you know what? That's it right there in a nutshell. If that man had defended Diana the way Harry got Meghan's back, Princess Diana would still be here. They might have still gotten divorced, but I think she'd still be here. Because I don't care what nobody say, the paparazzi killed that woman. Her running from the paparazzi killed that woman. Diana was suicidal. Diana talked about wanting to take her. Matter of fact, she talked about throwing herself down a flight of stairs while she was pregnant. She said she did it because she was so depressed, and the thought of bringing another child into the family, into this, made her want to kill herself. And then they took that and they turned it into, oh, well, that must not really be her husband's child, because that's why she was trying to kill it. Yes, absolutely brutal. So it couldn't have been because she was depressed and she was dealing with some mental health issues in the moment. It had to be that the baby won't his. Now, she did admit to having an affair. Now, she did have an affair now. She did have an affair now. But I'm just saying, like, why are we acting like Princess Diana never happened? I don't understand. I had the same conversation with my coworkers. Wow. Oh, well, come on in. Come on in, Tosh. So, yeah, the Kate Middleton story was an eye-opener. And again, even in that, what I respect is that Meghan still said, listen, I'm going to let y'all know that ain't how it went down, but I'm not going to give you the salacious details. You guys can, and y'all know I hate to do this, but you guys, I got 19 thumbs up. It's 80 people in here. Can y'all go on and hit that thumbs up for me, please? I appreciate it much. I do. I just feel like, even in the midst of her, and see, that's when I can believe certain things, because I feel like they told enough for us to get the idea without going so deep. Oh, thank y'all. Them likes are going right on up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Motown. Thank you. Like number 20. Thank you, boo. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, so she told, yeah, it happened, but it ain't happened the way they said it happened. It happened. And when Oprah was like, well, you know, what was it about? She was like, it was about bridesmaid. I mean, it was about the flower girls, but I ain't gonna go that deep. I ain't gonna take it to that level. You know what I'm saying? Princess Diana was 19 years old. She sure was. She was, and that's the other thing. She was so young. Whereas Meghan is a lot older, and Meghan was an independent woman before all of this. And so she did have a voice. She did have her own mind. She made her own money. You know, she wasn't as rich as them, living off of the taxpayers, like Margie's saying. You know, hey, Jaded. Mwah, hey, baby. But, you know, that is a difference as well with Diana. And going back to what Harry kept saying about feeling trapped and being, not feeling trapped, but being trapped. His mother was trapped. Let's remember, y'all remember how big of a deal it was for her to get that divorce? Remember how much the Queen fought them getting a divorce, even in the midst of all the dysfunction that everybody knew was going on in their marriage. And remember how groundbreaking that was for them to get a divorce? They're like and all of my royal experts in the house, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like the first couple in modern history, because, excuse me, I'm not going to say ever, but they're like the first couple in modern history to get a divorce. Remember how big of a deal that was for them to be divorced? Exactly, Abby. That's the other thing I want to say too. Let's be clear. I respect the hell out of the fact that they said, I want to be clear and I want to be crystal clear. I got some lipstick on my lip. I don't have no problems with the Queen. I don't have no problems with my granddaddy. Okay? My grandmama and my granddaddy, we here. We good. We Gucci. That's why I feel like some of this bullshit was coming from his daddy and his brother. Especially when he said that his relationship with both of them people is very fractured. He said his daddy won't even taking his phone calls for a while. Now, he said they back on speaking terms, but it ain't. He said they got, to quote unquote, there's a lot to work through. And when Oprah asked about his relationship with his brother, he was like, listen, I love my brother. Me and my brother, we've been through hell together. I'm going to always love my brother. But right now I'm giving him some space. Gonna give him some space. So I feel like if this was going to be like the hit piece that everybody was trying to act like it was, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. I feel like they told their truth without throwing other people under the bus. Because again, they never said a name. Never. The only names they reacted to was what Oprah brought to them. They never threw a name out. And whenever possible, they were very careful about the information that they shared. P, what you say about the divorce? I think P, and there's somebody else in here. Is Universal still in the room? I know she's royal family. She knows a lot about the royal family. Was I right about the divorce thing? Tell me where I'm right and where I'm wrong with the divorce thing, because I remember that being a big deal. Elizabeth treated her own sister like dirt. Well, yeah, she did. And let's remember, y'all remember Fergie? Y'all remember how they did Fergie? Remember her husband? Now all of a sudden Meghan is under investigation for bullying, and Prince Andrew, but wasn't he sexually assaulting people? Wasn't he accused of some? Tell me in the chat. I don't want to put sexual assault on nobody, but I know he was accused of some real nasty shit. Just watch the history documentary on the Windsors, but start back with the first Queen Elizabeth. That family that are truly Germans are a mess. Ooh. Okay, Margaret, the Queen's sister, got divorced before Diana and Charles. Okay, thank you. But as far as in direct succession to the king, though, because let's be clear, she won't never gonna be queen. She won't. Andrew was mixed up with Epstein. See what I'm saying? Ain't nobody investigating his ass. Fergie was married to Andrew. Fergie was married to Andrew. And remember, they gave Fergie. Remember, Fergie ended up on drugs and had to go into rehab and stuff. Fergie Fergie went on Oprah back in the day. And I remember her being on Oprah telling all her business, talking about the paparazzi and how bad they treated her because she was, wild child. She didn't want to conform. And what ended up happening to her? They made that man divorce her. Sure did. And we ain't heard from Fergie ass since. Matter of fact, when Megan brought her name up and said that she lives at one of the cottages, I said, I didn't know Fergie was still around. I mean, what I mean by that is I thought Fergie was like off somewhere living her good life. I didn't know she was still even mixed up with the royal shit when she got divorced. I thought that was it. That's all. But she's still around. I didn't know that. I thought Fergie was off somewhere, child. They gave Fergie all kinds of hell, honey. I remember that redhead child. They made her sit in a dark room and wouldn't let her open the curtains. What kind of bullshit? They hated Fergie. They gave Fergie. Now, you talking about them treating somebody bad. And here's the thing. I remember them always making a big deal about that red hair. That was always a thing they talked about her with the red hair. The red hair. I was like, why they don't like reds? I guess we should have known they was going to give Meghan hell if they ain't like the redheads. Damn. You know what, Zap? Don't do that. So then Oprah went through showing examples, and this is for all of the people who want to act like Meghan is exaggerating and the shit ain't real. They showed all of the headlines that showed Kate in a very positive manner and showed Meghan in a very negative manner. For example, they talked about when Kate was holding her baby bump, it was, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Look at her nurturing her unborn baby. But when Meghan did it, she just trying to draw attention. She just trying to get some sympathy. She's just trying to get people to look at her with her baby bump. But she did the exact same thing as Kate Middleton did. Kate Middleton was eating avocados because it was helping with her pregnancy. When Meghan was eating avocados, they tried to link her to a war in a third world country. And these were actual headlines in the newspaper. So don't sit here and act like she wasn't treated differently than Kate. She absolutely was treated differently than Kate. Absolutely was treated differently than Kate. Then, when she got pregnant, then they started speculating in the tabloids about her baby. Even called the baby a monkey. Thank you, Dollface. See, that's why y'all need to learn me. I said learn me, and that's what I meant. Y'all need to learn me these things. So the redhead, so there is an undertone to why they kept bringing up the redhead. See, I'm not on stream, y'all, today, or I'd put the comment up there, but Dollface said redhead equals potential Scottish lineage, long, tumultuous history between England and Scotland, which, I knew about that. Oh, yeah, the UK press is absolutely ruthless. You hear me? Absolutely reckless. Child, when she showed the one about the avocado toast, I said, really? Is it that serious? Right, she goes, she was rubbing that belly, telling Archie, don't worry, we getting the hell up out of here. Megan is slightly passing here, but in that room, in the royal family, which is super white, she is definitely seen as half caste. Not only that, but we know how our genes jump around. So when people started asking questions about potentially how dark her baby gonna be, they was worried about them genes skipping around and her baby coming out looking, y'all know what they was thinking. And Harry was clear. He wouldn't tell us who said it, but Harry was clear to say, want my grandmama, want my granddaddy. I think it was his father. That's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I don't know these people, but I think it was his daddy. Just like he said, conversations were had with him when him and Meghan started dating. When they were dating and it was getting serious, conversations were had with him about that. And I think it came from his daddy. I know that's right, Abby. Hope the new baby, and it's a little girl too, is a golden caramel goddess. I know that's right. Nobody wants to bring up Queen Charlotte. You know they ain't trying to bring up. Listen, they mad at Bridgerton for even bringing it to our attention for the average person who did not know. Thank you, Diamond Onyx. Mwah! Thank you. Can someone tell you the context of what color the child will be? Because Meghan's half black. So they were worried about the baby coming out with African features. That's it. That's all. Listen, y'all, let's not sit here and what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for, y'all? Romanticize the royal family in England. Let's not forget that England very much had their hand in Africa and very much treated the African people in the territories that they ruled like shit. Let's not act like they don't have issues with color and race in England. Let's not act like it's just an American thing. Please, please, and please again. Okay? Let's not do that. Let's not sit here and act like the royal family don't care about who they bring in their family and they so open to it. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. Okay? Apartheid ain't that long ago. We can go even further. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay, so if it did come out with African features, what was their issue? They knew Meghan was biracial. But that's the thing, Frida. They didn't want him to marry her. They had a problem with the fact that she was biracial before he even married her. But let's remember, Harry always did what the fuck Harry wanted to do. Harry has always been their wild child. Harry has always been the wild child. Harry has always done what he wanted to do. Like I said the other day, I will never forget when they had that footage of him and some of his friends running through that damn casino in Vegas, butt ass naked. Okay? That is who Harry is. Harry just is the wild child. Like, that is who he is. And he even admitted last night in the interview that he had been shielded from, he knew what racism was, but to see it, to understand the microaggressions of racism, he didn't understand it and he didn't see it until Meghan. Yeah, he knew what racism was. We all know what racism is, but you don't see it on a day-to-day basis, like something as simple as the fact that they told her that her son couldn't carry the title of prince. That's the tradition. That is who her child is. He's the fucking prince. So why all of a sudden he can't be the prince? Why he can't have a title? And then they said not only is he not going to have a title, but we're not going to give him the security and protection that he would normally get. So when it's time for him to go to school and it's time for him to go out here and be, active in the world, he's not protected? Why? What's the difference? Why not? Fergie's kids are protected. They have security. Why they don't get what I got? Is it because y'all worried about him coming out black or having African features? I'm just saying. Well, technically, there has never been a great grandchild of a monarch, and that current living monarch who's not in line for the throne existing. Is that true? There's never been a great grandchild? Well, I guess because Elizabeth is she's so old. How old is Queen Elizabeth, y'all? I'm not even saying that to be funny. How old is she? Hey, Miss Trish. Asia from Brooklyn. What's up, Diana, my supreme number one? How old is the Queen, Xavier? My people in the room. Hey, back. Harry said it wasn't either of the grandparents who said anything. Right, it wasn't the grandparents. She's 96. I mean, I think, I know, I'm not even being funny when I say I know she's in her 90s. Yeah. The longest living British monarch? Okay. 94. Well, I know she in her 90s, child. And her husband is older than her. That's what I feel like, Zap. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Because again, just because it's never existed doesn't mean there isn't a title there. Do you understand that you can go and look at the royal succession and they can go back to the damn child of the son of the uncle of the cousin of the, like, they can trace it all the way down. So the fact that you sit here and say, well, it's never happened, we don't know. The fuck you don't. Y'all know exactly what y'all gonna do. Shout out to 106 people in the room. Thank y'all for coming through and joining me. Please make sure you are subscribed and hit that like button. I appreciate it. You know what, Cameron? You wrong. Cameron, you wrong. Right, Philip is 99 and he's not doing too well. He's very, very sick. What's up, watermelon sugar? Child. So yeah. Now let's get into the mental health aspect of this. Meghan said that things got so bad for her that she was suicidal and that she spoke to her husband about it. And she said she did ask for help. She went to the people she was supposed to go to and asked for help. And she said that they were sympathetic, but basically was like, but it ain't nothing we can do, child. Right. They were trying to change the law to prevent him from getting a title. So that's what I'm saying. They know what title he's supposed to have because they were trying to change the law so he wouldn't get the title. I know, Zap, it's a blessing, right? Ain't God good? Now, the thing that tripped me out was they made it sound like Meghan and Harry did not want the title for their son. Child, we're going to get to that in a second. Her only interest, in my opinion, is a cup of tea with a spotted gin and her dogs. You know what? I believe her when she says that she became suicidal. Again, let's not forget that Princess Diana went through the same thing. And Princess Diana did not have as much, she didn't lose as much as Meghan lost. And what I mean by that is Diana was 19. She was working as like an assistant at a preschool. And she went straight from her mama house to the royal family. Whereas Meghan has lived a whole life. You know, she did have a career. Like Harry even, didn't Harry say that they told him that she need to keep acting because they don't know if they're going to have enough money to take care of them? I'm like, y'all better stop talking about y'all ain't going to have enough money. Y'all better stop. So she's supposed to keep being an actress in Hollywood. Then y'all would have talked about that. Y'all would have talked about her being an actress in Hollywood. The Tsar bought refuge in England. Philip acted as if he would oblige, but didn't. Oh, okay. Y'all giving me some royal family history. Okay. So I feel like I believe that she was suicidal, and I believe that she did try to get help. But like she said, it wasn't like she could call an Uber. She didn't have any of her personal possessions. She didn't have her passport, because she didn't need it anymore. The royal family don't need a passport when they travel. They don't need a passport. So she didn't even have her passport anymore. She was like, she didn't even have keys. Keys to her house, keys to her car. She had keys. And so when you go to the people that are supposed to have your back for support and they don't have it and they're not there to support you, it's hard. It's hard, and and she said that they were there for a whole nother year, even after this, with her and him trying to work through the depression and everything independently. And initially they were like, we weren't saying we didn't want to be a part of the royal family. All we were saying is that we no longer wanted to be senior members of the royal family, meaning we didn't want to have to do certain obligations. We still wanted to, do the philanthropy. We still wanted to work within the royal family. We just didn't want to be on the front lines anymore of the royal family. We wanted to kind of go in the background. Like I said, like Fergie and Andrew and them, because don't nobody ever see their asses. I didn't even know Fergie was still around, I can tell y'all. And so it's interesting that turned into them turning their back on the queen, them not wanting their title, them not wanting this and them not wanting that. And they were like, that ain't what we said. We said we just want to move out of the castle. We want to move and we want to live in another country. But we're going to move in another country that is still a part of Great Britain. They said we'll move to New Zealand. We'll move to South Africa. They ended up in Canada. But they were willing to move to any other country that was under the umbrella of the UK. Sharon, we already talked about, we ain't like her hair like that, honey. Baby, I would have had that passport on me at all times. We were talking about that earlier. Niecy was like, that would have gave me anxiety from the beginning. She said, me not having my passport would have gave me anxiety. I said, girl, I know. Kate is definitely not feeling Meghan. Meghan is a real threat. Kate is not taking her foot off the throne, so she's going to pop out a baby every chance she can, child. Commonwealths. Thank you, ma'am. That's the other thing that they brought up, that things seem to start being bad. Stories started getting leaked to the press when Meghan was doing so well and she was getting accolades at her poise and how she was, basically her diplomacy. And it was sort of insinuated. Now, they didn't say it. Oprah kind of threw it out there. Like, do you feel like, because people was like, you overshadowing Kate, and they ain't really, and they said that there was a comparison to Diana and how well Diana was, diplomatic and how the press loved her. And that started to sort of be a problem. And I was like, I could see that. Because that's the one thing they hated. They hated the fact that no matter what they tried to do to Diana, everybody loved her. The press loved Diana. The people loved. Y'all remember how they turned on the queen when Diana died? And they felt like the queen wasn't doing enough. She wasn't talking. She wasn't saying the right things. She ain't say it fast enough. Y'all remember how they turned on her? And that is what Harry said at the end of the interview. He said their biggest fear is the press turning on them. That's their biggest fear, is the press turning on them. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Thank you so much. You know what's sad? Not that's why he started pulling his hair out, child. I think some of this I already said, that him and his dad weren't speaking for a while. He said his dad stopped taking his phone calls, honey. I said, that's some bullshit. And he said that at the beginning of 2020, in the midst of COVID, they were cut off financially. And their security detail was pulled. And that's how they ended up in America. Now, I remember when they moved to the United States from Canada, and they even turned that on Meghan, didn't they? Y'all remember the headlines Look at Meghan, got him moving to America. That's what she wanted all along. She done tricked him into moving to America. And come to find out, they moved to America for security reasons because they were cut off financially and the security detail was pulled. And Tyler Perry said, listen, I got an empty house down to the Santa Barbara, Malibu area, wherever the house was. I don't know. Y'all can live there. And you know what? I got your security. I got it. Harry said if it wasn't for the inheritance his mother left him, they'd have been short. Because he ain't had no money. I mean, thank God he had an inheritance and thank God he ain't spend it all up doing stupid shit with it. But if it wasn't for the fact that he had an inheritance, they would have been short. So yeah, they've made some money now. You know, they made that deal. I think they got to deal with Netflix. They got to deal with Apple. Yeah, they making some money now because they sort of had to. Hello, they didn't have none. They was broke. I mean, they weren't broke, but you know what I'm saying. You know. And I mean, Meghan was an actress, but let's be clear. I mean, she won't star in blockbusters. I mean, she was probably making decent money, but let's be clear. You know, she ain't sitting on a couple of mil like that. I don't think she is. I don't know. Fergie was censored and is on payroll as a royal. Right. Her title is Duchess of York. She lives in, thank you. Exactly. She lives in a royal lodge. Queen Elizabeth needs to restore. Exactly. I agree 100%. Disney, he got to deal with Disney. Thank you. Yeah. He still has a strained relationship with his brother. And like I said, I feel like between the brother and the father, I think they were the ones that made some of those comments to him about Meghan, honestly. Yeah, me too, Jaded. I'm glad that the mother left them some money. I'm glad she had money to lead them. You know? Meghan did some voice acting from Disney. Yeah. So they're working because they have to, not because. But again, it's funny how that whole story was flipped. Like the Royals never said, "Oh well, we cut them off." Well, they're no longer on payroll. They ain't tell that side of the story. They talked about the fact that she didn't take the baby picture because that was, royal tradition, and she was like, but y'all just told me that my baby wasn't going to be protected, so why am I getting ready to take pictures for the whole world to see my child, and y'all just told me that my child ain't going to be protected? Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. You don't get your cake and eat it too around here. Mm-mm. Right. I think we have to frame this as follows. Why do people remain in domestic violence relationships? The money and security, freedom ain't free. You know what? That's a good example, P. I think William is too. I think his father to a certain extent is too, because remember, luckily for him, he was able to get that divorce. But up until that point, the dad lived the life that he was expected to live. You know what? Low key, Tyler Perry be doing a lot of stuff. That's why I know I be giving him a lot with his shows and stuff, but I'll never take nothing away from him as far as his philanthropy and things like that. Like, I be giving him credit. I feel like the queen is the more progressive in that family, and she's the eldest. Let that sink in. Well, Xavier. I also think they're still questioning, is Harry really Charles's son? It just has not come out yet. That certainly was an issue and a big question. I do remember hearing those. I definitely remember hearing those rumors about whether he was the father of the child. I definitely remember. I definitely remember that. Yeah. And listen, at this point, I don't know. They might get desperate enough to leak that rumor too, child. They might get desperate enough to say that. Don't let him do your hair, but he's good. Right, okay. Just like they wanted H&M to have Oprah postpone the interview because Prince Philip is recovering from surgery as they drag a pregnant woman. Right. Child. Well, they did put that rumor out there. The rumor was out there. The rumor was out there about whether Harry was her daughter, because he was a ginger, son, because he was a ginger. That was always the thing because of his red hair. They always made a thing about the fact that he had that red hair, honey. Now the important question that they asked was, would you have ever left had it not been for Meghan? Because of course, they're blaming Meghan for everything. And he gave an honest answer. He said, probably not. He said, I probably would have continued to stay trapped in that world and would have done what was expected of me. But again, I don't think it was because Meghan was begging, let's go. I think it's because of the way they were being treated and because of her mental health. He said even he was struggling with his mental health for a while. The Queen is standing by for all of this. I take that to mean she's okay with what's happening. I don't know. I don't know if okay. I think okay might be a strong word. I don't know. Because let's be clear, the Queen had a lot to do with how Diana was treated. But I also think the Queen may have learned some lessons from the way the whole Diana situation happened. I don't know if okay is the word though. But I definitely think that she's handling it differently than she would have had Diana not been a thing. The royal family lost a lot with the Diana situation because the public sided with Diana. The public sided with her. I also think Charles was grooming William for being king one day while Diana was having fun with Harry and teaching him new ways in the new world. That might have been, maybe. I mean, at the way we going, William ain't gonna never be king because Elizabeth ain't never going nowhere. And then they go to his daddy. And then they go to him. He's gonna be 80 years old before he become king. He already bald. Was the toe entitles the family and the institution? What? Spreading COVID-19? What? Child, that is crazy. But honestly, my overall opinion of the interview, I believe Meghan. I just do. I overall believe Meghan. Do I think that there were moments where maybe she was, a little dramatic? Maybe. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. Maybe. But I don't think she was lying. I mean, I do think she was lying about the fact that she ain't never looked her husband up. Now, I do think that was a lie. But I mean, the main crux of her, I believe those comments were made about her child. Oh, for all of the strokes the British press did, this morning, none of them denied what Harry said. See, there it is. None of them denied it. I believe it. Listen, first of all, I believe that woman was depressed. I believe she was suicidal. Let's not forget she had a whole miscarriage. I believe that, like she said, I knew the press was going to say things about me, but the press never, but I thought that they would defend me and they would have my back, and that's not what happened. And that's the part that I'm most disappointed in, is that I thought they would have my back, but they didn't. Thank you, Nita, for the super chat. It is much appreciated. Thank you so much. Listen, I told y'all, a man can ask me out on a date down to the grocery store and I'm going to Google his ass. So the fact that you dating a member of the royal family, girl, that part I ain't here for. I don't believe you, girl. I don't believe you. But the big stuff I do believe. I absolutely believe the comments that she said were made, the lies that have been told. Because now all of a sudden she's under investigation for bullying. They've been gone for 2 years. They've been gone for 2 years. Now you worried about who she was bullying? Coincidence? I think not. Parliament had her back, but not the family. Yeah, that's I read that. Yeah, and that's the thing. See, Golden, ain't nobody got to put on no act about people being racist because it is what it is. The interview did give a lot, yeah, and the interview has definitely started the conversation. I think a lot of stuff we heard rumors about, a lot of stuff we heard about, but we didn't have all the details on because I mean, even if you're just a casual observer of tabloid news, you heard the comments. I mean, I heard the comments about Meghan being difficult. You know, that's always the word they like to use, difficult. I heard those comments a year or so ago. I remember the headlines about Archie and being a monkey, and them talking about him, the British press talking about him being a monkey and stuff. I remember that. I remember stories about the planning of the wedding and different things that they were trying to push back on her about. And let's not forget, Meghan lost her family too. Her dad and her sister, she lost her dad and her sister in this process. I know it's not the same, but she's not the only. I mean, Harry ain't the only one that lost stuff. Right. Hey, Carolyn, how you doing, boo? Where is this all going to end up if they get divorced? Well, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know that I really hope that he's able to have a conversation with his grandmother and they restore his title. I think it's really fucked up that he got his title stripped. I think that's really fucked up. I do. I think that's horrible that they stripped his title. I mean, they even took his military titles. I was like, damn. Right, Cameron. They weren't tripping about her having that baby. What about Megan's mom? I know she's ready to bleep off with somebody right now. Listen. I'm sure her mama been ready, but not only that. Did y'all see? Her and Serena Williams are friends in real life. Serena was at the wedding. They're friends in real life. Serena put a post up. Gabrielle Union put a post up. So a lot of her like Hollywood friends are posting stuff in support to support her. When I say, I mean the collective, not you. I saw the report that Kate wanted the church to smell a certain kind of way on her wedding day. Meghan requested saying they denied. Meghan saying she was being a diva. See what I'm saying? That's that bullshit. Yeah, go. I thought it was a good interview. I mean, Oprah sometimes, but I thought this was a good interview. I do. And again, I was here for what I felt like they were respectful. I felt like they told their truth without throwing people under the bus. They didn't tell any names. They didn't give out any names. They just talked about their experiences and what happened to them. I do, like I said, overall, I do not think it was an act. I do not think it was a lie. I believe them. And I believe that the only reason why they are doing this interview is because so much has been said about her. And at a certain point, you just got to defend yourself. At a certain point, you get tired of people just lying on you. You know what I mean? Like at a certain point, it's like, when is enough enough? They've been lying on this woman for the last 3 or 4 years. At a certain point, you really feel like you need to tell your story and tell your truth. And so for that, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her for telling her truth. I'm not mad at when she decided to tell her truth. I'm not mad at who she decided to tell her truth to. Oprah tried to interview her before the wedding and they wouldn't let her do the interview. Now, of course, it would have been a different kind of interview, but Oprah wanted to interview her before the wedding and they wouldn't let her do it. Yeah, her TV husband from Suits and he went off. He sure did. They're good because I would have been throwing all of them up under the damn bus and going back and forth. I know that's right. Well, y'all, let me get off of here. Don't forget, I will be over. Mods, can you drop Scotty by Nature's channel again? I will be over there at 8:00 live on his Whether You Like It or Not panel. We'll be some Real Housewives of Atlanta, Married to Medicine, Love and Marriage Huntsville, The Bell Collective. So please, you guys, join me over there. I look forward to seeing all of you all. Don't forget, my mod has been dropping my link. Y'all go ahead and get you some Avon, honey. You know, it's that time of year. You better stock up on your Skin So Soft and all that stuff and get ready for summer. Avon, you know, they got masks. They have hand sanitizers. They got soaps. They have, you know, they got a whole PPE section down there. They got a little makeup. They got a little perfume. So y'all go check it out. I am working on my new goal. Okay, I told y'all I met my goal for the last campaign. I'm trying to get to my goal for the new campaign. My mod done dropped the link. I done dropped the link. So y'all go check out Scotty by Nature, also known as Mr. Still Standing, Scotty by Nature. Y'all go check it out. I'll be there at 8:00. You're gonna be on with Lion? What you saying, P? P, what you saying? If you are not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you ain't hit that like button, go on and take care of that for me too, please. Thank you again, Nita, for the super chat. It is much appreciated. It is much obliged. Thank you so much, so much. Yes, I'm on the panel tonight, honey. Scotty asked me to come on through. I said, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there, okay. So, right, the Whether You Like It or Not panel, honey. We're going to be there, okay? Whether you like it or not, that's the name of the panel, honey. Oh, thank you. My bad. Look, I ain't know what listen, I'm a little slow sometimes. The Whether You Like It or Not. Yes, I will be on the Whether You Like It or Not panel. You've been looking for an Avon rap? Well, they go to link, girl.
I'm about to be one. Tell them I'm about to be one. Tell them about my Avon.
Now you want people to be. Oh, now.
First of all, I always encourage people to purchase Avon. Always. I just said that I wasn't buying certain things.
You weren't buying anything.
When I said certain, I meant like your things. And like.
Y'all see her, right?
I'm trying to figure out what.
Anyway, thank y'all so much. I'm about to be out so I can take care of some things before the panel starts. And I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank y'all so much. Peace.
Bye, guys.
Right, the shade. You so shady. You.